Hello students, this is Ranmaga Education and today I am going to actually explain you the first poem of your book, which is Flamingo, and the first name of the poem is as you right now watching the Flamingo book. And now let us move to the next page. So here is your first chapter, My Mother at 66. Okay, so this is the poem which is written by Kamla Das, and she was born in 1934 and she was born in Malabar, Kerala. She is recognized as one of the India's foremost poets. Means she is one of the best writers or of English literature in India, and she has written a lot of novels and many works she has done, and they are all very famous and well known. So if you are going to choose arts in your further stream or in your higher studies, you are going to teach or you will study about her. So these are the things. Kamla Das has published many novels and short stories in English and Malayalam under the name of Madhavi Kutti. So her pen name is Madhavi Kutti. So that is really nice, guys. And there are a lot of what I can say, actually her works are there, and her novels or her writings or her work is always regarding the complex human relationships. So in this poem there is also a complex human relationship, and there is a very good example what happens in our actual life. So let us move on further. Okay, so here the poem starts. Driving from my parents' home to Cochin last Friday morning. So what is she saying? That she was driving from her parents' house and she was going to Cochin. On which day? On last Friday morning. Which Friday has gone? On last Friday she was going from her parents' home to Cochin and she was driving a car. I saw my mother beside me. She just saw her mother and she was sitting just near her on the same seat. Means she was driving, and on the other seat her mother was sitting there, doors open mouth, and her mother's mouth was open and she was looking unconscious. She was dozed means she was unconscious. Her face ashen like that of a corpse, and her face was looking as she was a dead body. Her face was compared. Face is compared with a dead body's face. So her face was looking like somebody or some dead body's face. There was no brightness on her face. That was pale, or there was no color, there was no brightness, there was no attraction on her face. That's why her mother's face has been compared to a corpse. Corpse means dead body, and realized with pain. And after that, the author realized a pain. What was that pain? That she was as old as she looked. She was having a painful thought, and what she was thinking? She was thinking that her mother is very old and that her body says or shows. Means as she is looking very old, and so was her age. That's why she is saying here she was as old as she looked. But soon put that thought away. But what happened? The author don't want any negative thoughts in her mind, so that's why she just put off all the thoughts, all the negative thoughts which were coming in her mind, and she just put that thoughts away. She just started thinking about positive things. So what she did, and looked out at young trees sprinting, the merry children spilling out of their homes. So what happened? She started looking outside of the window of her car. She started looking outside of the window of her car, and she just started looking at the young trees sprinting. Means there was a lot of youth outside. The trees were running like a hell. They were pretty young. They were running very fast. So what happens? Her mother is old while the trees are young, and there is also another example which are giving her a positive thoughts, that is the married children spilling out of their homes, and there are a lot of children which are running here and there and they are playing everywhere. So that is the thought where she is getting the positivity and she is just putting away the negativity from her mind. But after the airport security check, now what has happened? They have reached to the airport where the author wants to go, and she has reached the in Cochin at the airport, and but at after the airport security check, means she has reached the airport and security check has been done. What happens after? Standing a few yards away, when she was standing away from her mother, means she has entered the airport and she is standing some few steps away from her mother. I looked again at her, and after that author again looked at her mother's face and felt the pain which was there in her heart. The author was feeling very sad because of her mother, and because because the author is helpless to stay with her mother. She has a lot of confusion. She has to go on her work. That's why she is looking at her mother again. I looked again at her, wan, pale as a winter's moon. And how her mother was looking? The author's mother was looking wan, means colorless. Pale means there was a yellowish color on her face as a late winter's moon, and her face, her mother's face, was looking like that a moon of a winter. The what was the color of moon in winter? So the same color was on her mother's face, and felt that old familiar ache. And then she again, what happened? Then she again just felt that pain, and there was a lot of pain in her heart because she was helpless and she doesn't want her mother to go away from her. So that's why she was really a lot of, actually she was very painful. She was feeling very painful that time. So what she did, she looked at her again, and there was that same, actually the same pain was there. The same pain was in her heart. What was that ache? My childhood's fear, and that ache was her childhood fear. Her pain and fear are same. What was her fear? Her fear is that she has to go away from her mother. Her mother will go from this world and she don't want to. The author don't want to let her go from her reach. She doesn't want that her mother should go leaving this world. She wants that her mother should stay on this earth with her, showing her affection to her. So that was the fear. So she was afraid that her mother will die one day. But all I said was, then author has just some words to say. And what did she say? The author said, see you soon, Amma. Means what she wants to say, that I will come you again after some time and I will meet you again, Amma. All I did was, then after that, after saying these words, what the author did, smile and smile and smile. She just smiled there starting so that she can give some moments of happiness to her mother, so that she could be happy for some time, she could feel happiness, they both can enjoy that moment when they both are aparting from each other. So that was the thing. And there is a repetition of in this last line, smile, smile and smile. This is a repetition in the line, this is the poetic device. And there is one thing also, there is a comparison, like, so here is simile, her face ashen like that. So here is the literary device, poetic device which has been used, as her face ashen like that. So this was the explanation for you guys. And okay, thank you, have fun, bye bye.